My name is Andi Hardy, and I'm an obstacle average person, average woman. Have a child, and I spent many years taking her from activity to activity, school event to school event, and doing all the things that parents do. I was a working mom, so I worked my normal hours a week and decided to start a business back in 2005 and put all of my time, effort, energy, money that I wasn't spending with my daughter into that business. And the business took up everything I had. I had no time to work out anymore, and I gained weight and felt bad about myself, didn't really watch what I was eating, and really got to a point of misery. My business was not doing so well with the crashed economy, and I'd had enough. And one day I just said, you know what, this is it. I'm changing my life. I'm going to make some changes and do some things differently because I want to be happy, and everything I was doing was making me miserable.
So how did obstacle racing change all that?
Well, I actually didn't intend to start with obstacle course racing. I just wanted to get fit. So I started eating clean, started researching and getting on a plan of eating differently, and I started exercising a little bit 3 times a week. I actually first signed up for a triathlon just to have a goal to do something. So in training for that, I started getting in shape, and I happened to fall into a local mud run and did it and absolutely loved it. I loved getting dirty. I loved the obstacles and said, you know what, this is fun. I want to get into something more. So I found an obstacle course, I found an obstacle race that was competitive, and being a very competitive person, I said, you know what, I'm going to try this. And so in December, I started doing a workout of the day. And they were not your normal workouts, not your normal go to the gym or run your 3 miles a day, but they were intense and they were hard work, and there were things that you can just find at Home Depot or in your backyard, and I started doing religiously a workout every single day to get stronger and also to build up my endurance. And so one of the things that I did was make a sandbag. This is my sandbag. I call MJ, and carry him around wherever I go. I like to hike up mountains with him. I carry him around when I walk on the streets or run, and he's just a handy little guy. And one thing that you do is when you're running, you can run with him, set determined miles, and decide to do some things like squats. And so now, not only endurance, but you're building up your legs. You don't need to go to the gym, so you've got your weights right here. Another thing you can do, just push them up. So different activities like that. This is one of the obstacles in the races that I do. It's called the tractor pull, and it's pulling the cement block as fast as you can, and get a good workout in doing that. So I practice that as part of my workouts. As an obstacle course racer, you have to be ready for anything at any given time. You never really know what the obstacles are or what you're going to face. So you have to be ready for speed, for strength, and just about anything. Very first real obstacle competitive race, I got into I got to the start line and realized all these fit people that looked like they were just really gonna rock the competition, and I just felt like, what am I doing here? I shouldn't even be in this heat. But I said, you know what, you signed up, you're competitive, just do it and see what happens. So I went out there and I ran my heart out. I did the obstacles. I was having a great time. I was smiling the whole way, just thinking, wow, a year ago there was no way I would have been doing this. So I just enjoyed myself, but yet being the competitor I am, I pushed really hard. And when I finished, I found out that I was second overall woman of the whole competition. And I couldn't believe it. I was like in shock that actually I could do that after I had been training so hard. So I got confidence in myself that, you know what, I can do it. If you work hard, you can accomplish what you achieve. And I actually had just had hope that maybe I would place in my age division, not even overall, so I'd succeeded past my goals. So that just caused me to want to work harder and keep choosing goals that were realistic, but yet I'd have to push myself for. And so I signed up for another obstacle race with the idea that I wanted to win that one. I wanted to be first place. And so I had to put a lot of time and effort into figuring out, what do I have to do? What does my body need? How do I need to eat? How do I need to sleep? What do I need to do mentally? And I knew that in order to win, you have to be confident in yourself. You can't just say, oh, maybe I'll win, oh, if I'm lucky. But you have to say, I am going to do this. I can do it. I'm just as good as everybody else. And so as I would train each day, I would say, you can do it. How bad do you want it? Do you really want to win? Then push harder, you can do it. And it just, and I went to that race and I did win, and it was just an incredible feeling. So I left that race feeling, you know what, you're not as bad as you thought you were at one point. You know, you're a good person, you're strong, and if you want to do something, you can do it. So that brought a lot of confidence to me as in my whole life. As, you know what, I'm a good mom. I raised my daughter well. I did a good job. I can continue being a good mom. I'm a teacher, and it gave me confidence in my teaching, that not just thinking, oh well, maybe my students will do well, but no, I'm good at what I do. And I think when you feel good about what you do and you believe in yourself, you just do even better, and you can be a better person all around. In my next race in New York, I went there to win again. I said, you know what, now I'm going to a big city, and there's going to be a lot more people there. The competition is going to be harder. If I can win here, then I'm really good at this. So I thought maybe the first two times were just kind of flukes, that, you know, so my confidence was going down just a little bit. But I went to New York and looked at all the people. There were 9,000 people on that first day of racing, and some of the best competitors out there. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to work hard, I'm going to win. And I did. And then, because I'd won a couple of races, people started recognizing me. And just the joy of hearing people call me by my name, that I've never experienced that in my life. People, you know, I was a nobody. I was just one person in a million, but people were calling out, Andi, go Andi. Are you Andi? Can I have my picture with you, Andi? And it was just incredible to have people recognize me. People older than me, people younger than me, especially a lot of women my age would come up to me and say, you're an inspiration. You are inspiring me to do better. You're inspiring me to know that I can get out there and do it too. And so I've taken that and I've stayed with that through my races, that when people call out to me or want to talk to me, that I will try to continue to inspire them and give them what I've gotten out of racing. And sometimes it's just somebody giving you a pat on the back or a little few extra words of encouragement, and you can change their lives in that way too. So my life has changed so much through obstacle course racing. Not only am I more confident, but I'm happy. And I used to like to have fancy things and go on nice vacations, but now happiness to me is going to an obstacle course race and getting down in the mud and being with my friends and laughing and taking pictures together, doing silly things like biting barbed wire and climbing up on the monkey bars and doing a little monkey bar competition. But I found out in life that the real things in life are what make you happy, and they're not always complex and fancy, but they're simple things, and just the joy of people and the companionship you have with people that really care about you and that look up to you and that you feel you can give back in return.